straight out the gate, shopping in the UK, in their grocery stores, 9 times out of 10 sucks ass chicks, okay? But I want to know what the prices are like in the USA. I already know that the grocery stores, and just stores in general, are 10 times better, okay? I don't need to be told that. I already know. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the US is going to be more expensive than the UK. That could also be very, 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 very wrong. That could be the complete opposite, but we're going to find out today. A few days ago, ladies and gentlemen, I asked you guys to subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 150,000 subscribers. And you guys, again, are going crazy. So first of all, thank you. Appreciate you. If you want to subscribe and help us get on that road, I would just love it. Either way, let's do this.
I've been asked about cost of living differences between the US and the UK.
This is going to be wild.
And one thing that people seem to be interested in is the cost of groceries specifically. So I'm going to tackle that in today's video. I'm here in front of Tesco in the wind, and I'm going to be going in and buying kind of a typical shopping basket full of groceries. And then I will compare the cost of all those items versus what they would cost at Kroger in Dallas, Texas. Like any good grocery shopper, I'm going to begin my shopping trip in the produce section. Well, let's go look at the cost of...
The weird thing about this, right? See the Tesco's nationwide? They literally look the same. Everywhere, it's the same setup. They literally look the same absolutely everywhere. Look at the state of those shelves, bro. Color is that? Get more vibrant color, Tesco. If you guys are watching this, sort these baskets out, please.
Strawberries. These fine British strawberries from West Sussex
We do
are
good strawberries.
£2.30 for a 400-gram punnet. Before I show you the price comparison, here's a quick peek behind the scenes to view all the math I did for every set of products.
Wait, for a pound of strawberries.
Converting from imperial to metric measurements and converting currencies
I see.
to make an equivalent data point to compare the price gap and see if the British product was more or less expensive than the American one.
I think it's going to be more.
Let's jump into our first example, strawberries. Doing all that complicated math, the result was the British strawberries are 6% more expensive than the American ones. Bananas are £1.01
Wait, what?
pence per kilo.
Wait, there's no way.
The British strawberries are 6% more expensive than the American ones.
What the heck? There's no way.
£1.01 per kilo. American bananas are 49 cents a pound.
God.
And when you do the conversion, it means those British bananas are 13% more expensive.
Oh my God, I'm getting robbed. I'm moving to the US, that's it. I've had enough. I'm going to have to tell my partner and our daughter that we're moving to America. I'm not going the rest of my life paying 13% more for fucking bananas, bro.
Easy peeler mandarins are £2.50 for a 600-gram bag.
I think everything's going to be...
in the States, looking at a similar item, we have a 3-pound bag of these mandarin clementine oranges for $4.49, which makes the British ones 53% more expensive. At this point, I was kind of freaking out because I know that I felt like I was spending less money on produce in Britain.
50%?
And the first few items were all more expensive once I did the conversions. But fasten your seatbelt. Things are about to change. Fresh broccoli is £1.92 per kilo. Buying broccoli by the pound in the States is $1.79 for a pound.
Why is that though? Why is it such a big change? Like, huh? Why is the US literally 40% more expensive?
Making the British broccoli
41%
cheaper. British carrots, a 1 kilo bag is only 50p. A 2-pound bag of carrots in the States is $2.49, which makes the British carrots a whopping 78% cheaper.
We're staying.
And these nice bell peppers in red, green, yellow, or orange are only 55p per pepper. This one didn't surprise me at all. When you buy bell peppers in the US, the green ones aren't that expensive, but I always buy red, yellow, or orange, and they're crazy expensive, like $1.49 each one. So yes, the British peppers were 55% cheaper. These cherry tomatoes are £1 for a 300-gram packet. But these are the really good ones. The Sugar Bell tomatoes,
they're good.
Small cherry tomatoes.
They are good.
They are £1.80 for 220 grams. To try and keep this an apples to apples equivalent, if you pardon the metaphor, I'm comparing the really fancy cherry tomatoes in Britain with the similarly really fancy cherry tomatoes in the States. And the British ones were 15% cheaper. These packages of both red and green grapes, 500 grams for £1.90. I could not find American grapes that were both red and green packed in the same container, so I just went for red grapes. And looking at equivalent products, the British ones were 21% cheaper. This bag of baby potatoes
here we go.
is £1.20 for 1 kilo, although it's actually on sale for 79p right now.
No, they're not on sale. That's club card price. They're not on sale. So basically you can become a member of Tesco's.
Is £1.20.
And if you have a club card, you get it for 79p.
For 1 kilo, although it's actually on sale for 79p right now. Again, it was really hard to find an equivalent, but the closest thing I could find in the States for these small potatoes were the store brand Couser new potatoes at $3.99 for a 1.5 pound bag. That made the British ones 75% cheaper.
That's crazy. You know what else is 75% cheaper? I stream on Twitch. There's a link in the pinned comment, in the pinned comments. Why do I always make it awkward, bro? We have a big US community. A lot of people are chatting with each other. It's good fun. And I'm currently playing through a game called Red Dead Redemption 2. It is so damn good. I play as a cowboy. Got a cowboy outfit right over there. You can't see it, but I do wear it. I'm professional horse rider as well. Just putting it out there. Okay, back to the video.
And if you fancy making some pesto or insalata caprese, a pot of basil is £1.90. I actually went and looked at the store at the size of the basil plant in Couser, and it looked a lot smaller than the ones in Tesco. So when I did my equivalent, I multiplied the price of the American basil by 1.5 times. British basil, 49% cheaper. A lot has been said about how American bread is just not good, and it's kind of true, I'm sorry to say. So let's
we got that good bread, bro.
Good bread here in the UK. One thing I've noticed is that seeded breads are really popular here. Way more popular than they are in the States. And they are delicious and nutritious. This is Ian and my favorite new bread. It's Tesco Finest brand, and it's wholemeal seeds and grains. And it's $1.35 per loaf, which is 800 grams. The bread aisle is so
British will be more
different
expensive,
in the
I
US
think,
than it is in the UK. Most of the bread in the bread section is this kind of sandwich bread, which is not very healthy or very good. And it's full of preservatives. And the honey wheat.
Look at the length of it though, holy!
In order to get bread that is more healthy, you need to shop in this section where things actually have whole grains. It's hard to find something that's equivalent to what we buy in the UK, because the store brand...
Yeah, it's different though, isn't it?
Private selection is the Couser store brand. The store brand has whole wheat, but they don't have anything with seeds. And then this is a really popular brand. It has whole grains, but... Oh, actually,
the package is so different.
They do have a whole grain with seeds.
It looks so weird.
This might be the closest to what we buy.
What the hell's a normal bread, bro?
England, and it's $4.99 for a loaf. This is a biggie. I did actually buy that Pepperidge Farm whole grain with seeds bread, and it's pretty good. The slices are huge, but it's pretty good bread. Not as good as
this lady's just said our bread is much better, and it's also 72% cheaper. I'm sorry to say, guys, but I'm winning. I'm winning.
Tesco bread, though.
I am winning at the minute.
Tesco bread is 72% cheaper. With our bread, we need some butter.
Yes, sir.
So here we have some Tesco brand regular salted butter, and it's $1.79 for 250 grams. American butter is also pretty expensive, so store brand butter.
That's
comparing
crazy,
American and British. The British butter
I genuinely thought the US was going to be so much cheaper.
Our jam, wherever we are in the world, is bon
kind of crazy, bro.
Here is the raspberry conserve. Normally, it's £3.30
the hell is that, jam?
370 grams, but it's actually on sale for only $2.60 now. I was not surprised to see that with the American jam being about $6.50 for a jar.
What the
British
fuck?
jam was 39% cheaper.
Oh my
Although I
goodness.
have to confess, when we first got to England this summer, this exact jam was on sale for £2 a jar, and I stocked up a ton. I forgot to film honey in England, but I really wanted to show this comparison.
That's
because it's a big
crazy!
deal. We love honey, and it's crazy expensive in the States.
Hey, be honest, did you guys know that there'd be this much of a difference? Let me know. Let me know what your estimates were going to be like at the start of this video. Did you think UK was going to be dearer or cheaper? Let me know.
This comparison shows both of these little plastic bottles are 340 grams, £1.50 in Britain, and $4.50 in the States, making the British honey 60% cheaper.
Crazy.
These store brand free range eggs, medium size, are £1.50
I think our eggs would be cheaper.
6-pack. I'm going to show you now why it's hard to compare eggs between countries. Obviously, our eggs are kept in the refrigerated section here, and we have these cage-free eggs that are store brand. We don't have them in 6-packs.
What the hell is cage-free?
So I'll just equalize.
Does that mean the chicken was just running around? Sure, that's all right.
One thing is,
surely that's the way they all should be, no?
It does not say free range. They have other eggs that are called free range.
Yo, why is it in a packet like that? Oh, it's just, okay, never mind.
And then these are the regular store brand eggs that don't say anything about free range or cage free, which means they're kept in cages, and that's gross. So the American eggs come in a dozen, but the British ones were 10% more expensive.
Yeah,
Let's compare prices on two different kinds of cheese.
Yes,
Here
I thought UK was going to be dear.
An extra mature or sharp cheddar, and for 400 grams, that is £3. The Kroger brand cheddar cheese is $2.49 for 8 ounces.
That is insane.
It's the orangey kind of Wisconsin-style cheddar. That makes the British cheese 17% cheaper. Although, knowing what both of these cheeses are like, I would say the British cheese tastes better. Then let's also look at the double Gloucester. That is £2.85
What's like sliced cheese?
200 grams.
Fucking love cheese.
I'm looking to see what English cheeses they have. They used to have double Gloucester, but it looks like they don't anymore. But there is a Cotswold cheese and some aged cheddars, and Wensleydale, of course, and Stilton. I was disappointed that I couldn't do a comparison of double Gloucester because they no longer sell it at Kroger. But this just shows
I thought that cheese was going to be dearer.
The imported British cheeses are. Wensleydale with cranberries is 55% cheaper by weight in Britain than it is in the States.
That's crazy.
Something I love.
That is insane.
These chicken fillets.
What we got?
Chicken breasts, which
chicken tits.
appear to be free-range chicken, cost £7.50
Kinda
for
cheap.
650 grams.
Kind of cheap.
I tried to find an American chicken, which
American,
would also
is
be
more
free-range,
cheaper,
so that
though.
it was an equivalent comparison. And it did seem that the British chicken was about 3% more expensive.
It's
Not
okay,
very much of
though.
a difference.
3%'s fine, bro.
British beef fillet steak is £8 for 210 grams. I was expecting the British beef to be more expensive, but for filet mignon, it was actually 44%
There's no
less
way.
expensive.
I thought the US would have been so much dearer.
Steak is £4.60 for 227 grams. That's very specific. When I compared the organic grass-fed sirloin steak, it also was more expensive than it is in Britain. Britain was 41% cheaper. Minced beef that is only 5% fat is £3.49 for 500 grams. I couldn't compare the exact same kind
I'm in
of
shock. I
minced beef to
genuinely
ground
thought
beef
that it was going to be
because
so
the
much
mince
more
was
expensive in the
5%
UK.
fat, and in the States, it's 7% fat, but this was as close as I could get, and it's 45% cheaper in Britain. A whole leg of lamb.
That's a whole leg right there. There's a lamb out there running around with 3 legs.
Okay, this is funny. I could not find leg of lamb at Kroger. When I searched on leg of lamb in the Kroger website, all that came up was a Lego Lamborghini race car set. So we're not going to be able to do that comparison. I decided instead to just look at lamb chops. And not surprisingly, they were a lot less expensive in Britain.
Oh, here we go, baby!
Is £3.50
I think US ice cream is going to be it's going to be dear. I think.
I was not surprised that the British Oreo ice cream was a lot more expensive, 90% higher.
And good old Ben
What
and Jerry's,
the hell?
that's an American product.
Was that 90%?
£5.15 for a 465
Good Lord.
milliliter carton.
I was surprised that Ben and Jerry's
All right.
ice cream, another American brand, was actually less expensive in Britain, 6% lower.
Let's do some toiletries. Colgate
Don't tell me the toothbrushes are going to be more cheaper too, bro.
360-degree style are £2.50, normally £5.
I thought both of these Colgate toothbrushes were really
Okay.
expensive. The UK was 10% higher.
My favorite
Toothbrushes
are
can
these
be
Pro
really expensive,
toothbrushes.
can't they?
They're
Like,
Tesco store brand,
kind of
but
a
they're
joke.
extra soft for sensitive gums. And they are only 75.
there you go. Tesco's got the good
This is where we
deals.
see a big difference. When you look at the store brand sensitive toothbrushes, the British one is 57% cheaper than.
It's kind of crazy how prices can fluctuate depending on what brand made them, isn't it? It's kind of a disgrace because they're probably made in the same warehouse.
Now let's look at the total cost of the two shopping baskets. In Britain, it was £122, and in the US, it was $212. After equivalizing, it was 32%
there we go,
cheaper to
baby!
shop in Britain versus America.
Hey guys, listen, if you guys want me to do your groceries and I'll send them over, I'll do that. No problem at all. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. That was kind of an eye-opener. I really didn't expect the UK to be so much more cheaper than the US. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want me to react to anything, comments box. You have yourself a good day. Peace.